Well, very good morning to you. Welcome to Sports This Morning on a Friday morning. So very much happy to be here to bring the show to you. A lot of things are happening. Usually a lot of things happen in the world of sports. And today is not an exception. And we're going to be reviewing all the things that would happen at the weekend and some things that happened last night. Europa League semi-final games were played last night. You already know the results. We'll talk about it this morning. Games were played in the Nigeria Professional League. Week 8 games. We're going to be talking about it on the show this morning. We're going to look at news from Europe. One or two interesting things that made the headlines in the last few days. We're going to spend more time to talk about it. And, of course, the fallout of the UEFA Champions League, the reactions, and we're just going to be looking at all of that this morning. And I hope that when we're through in about 25 minutes, you would have enjoyed yourself with the packet that we're going to bring to you. On the show this morning, I'm not alone. I have my colleague here with me, Tokumbo. Good morning.
Good morning. It's nice being here this morning. Very cold morning, actually.
I know it took a lot to get here, but of course you made it.
And you know, the narrow of the whole places, and Lagos is very
typical Lagos.
Very.
All right. Let's go on a short break, and when we come back for more, we'll go full blast into the issues that we're going to talk about on the show this morning.
The exciting moments of the channel's National Kids Cup are here again as Season 5 begins. This year's edition is bigger and better, as only 4 winners from Lagos will slug it out with 12 emerging champions from other states across the nation. Only schools in Lagos are required to pick up their forms for the Lagos preliminaries at Channel's corporate headquarters in Sherry North, free of charge. Entry for the competition closes on April the 26th. For more details, call Irene on 0802 528 0149, Noddy on 0803 468 4579, Ola on 0803 477 4833. Channel's National Kids Cup, catching them young.
Welcome back. Well, if you've not purchased your form and you're in Lagos, you probably will be missing out on the Channel Kids Cup because entry closes by 12 p.m. today. So I don't know if probably you can just quickly get your forms, fill it, and submit before 12 p.m. Of course, you know, it's the time where kids in primary school gather and, you know, take your breath away with some amazing skills they display, and of course make you laugh, you know, with some things that you see them do. But the most important thing, whatever part you play in the Channel Kids Cup, there's a lot of fun in it, and there's a lot to enjoy. Either you're a parent, you're a schoolmaster, or you're one of the primary school kids, or you're just a spectator in one of the venues where the games will be played. I mean, in this year's edition, there's a lot put into it. The package is going to be very sumptuous, and I'm very sure you will be thrilled, and of course you will enjoy what Channels is put together. Of course, supporting, developing, you know, seeing the next generation of stars, just putting them on the limelight. All right, still talking about grassroots, because that's where we're really picking it up from this morning. Let's talk grassroots sports. Let's start with athletics. Let's talk about what is happening in Delta State, the Woturi Elei athletics competition. Mainly it is for secondary schools, pupils in secondary school. You know, we just talked about primary schools. Now we're talking about secondary school. And I think this kind of innovation is good, and it will help develop athletics in Nigeria. Yeah,
it will, because these are places where we get our future stars, you know, in athletics, and such things, you know, have been coming up, you know, before, but right now we hardly see such tournaments, or let's say such championship come
and it's not far away, June 5.
Yeah, it's good for the you know, the young kids, so that you know the kind of people, the kind of
put them on the spotlight,
that we have.
Let's know them.
Exactly. So I think those that are putting this in place, they have done a very, very good job, and I want them to continue such things, so that maybe by this time next year, even before the year comes to an end, let's see more of this, so that we'll be able
what the organizers are saying actually, that look, okay, over 600 students are set to for the event. It's going to take place in June, not too far. But the main essence of this is that this competition will be a springboard, an opportunity for us to probably see the next Usain Bolt, an opportunity for the AFN to probably spot some stars they can invest in and nourish to stardom. And I think it's good, and I hope that the organizers will continue, and it won't be a one-off event, and they won't be derailed. Okay, let's switch gears now. Let's talk about where our heart is. Let's quickly, still talking about young people now. Let's talk about CAF Under-17 Championship. Of course, we already know that Nigeria is in the final, and of course, that's it on your screen. Final and third place. Before I allow you to talk, but let's quickly look at it. Nigeria and Cote d'Ivoire 6:30 tomorrow, and of course, Tunisia and Morocco. The game will be played earlier at 3:30. So, your expectations from the game, especially from our own Golden Eagles?
Yeah, I'm not expecting anything less than victory for us, because if we look at the game that we played against the Ivorians in the first game in the
first good game
in our group, though we lost, but we played better than those than the Ivorians. But I'm expecting the Golden Eagles to have learned one or two lessons from that defeat that from the game they lost to the Ivorians in that group game, and I believe something telling me that we are going to see a high-scoring game tomorrow. So the Ivorian guys, they are very, very strong. They are also bigger than our players. They do bully our players in the last game, and which eventually led to a red card, to their side. So I'm also seeing. I'm not expecting anything different from what we saw in the first game, but I'm expecting
the outcome to be different
this time. I'm expecting to see something better, good goals, from the Eagles, because I think these guys, they are fired up. If you look at the games they played after losing to the Ivorians, they won 6. The first one they won, the next one they won 7, and these guys, and the other one they won 4.
Yeah, sorry to cut you. So, just looking at these guys enjoying themselves, doing what kids do. Scoring. I mean, take a look at this, for instance, and you see that they enjoy what they do, and that's what it should be at this stage. Enjoy yourself. Don't put them under pressure of. Okay, I think this is Just take a look at this. I mean, it's only somebody who is under 17 that would probably do this. These guys are young. They're enjoying themselves, having the time of their life. And I think that's just the way to go.
Yeah, I give kudos to the coaches, who have given this guy, that confidence to, showcase their talent.
Opportunity to
just give them,
themselves.
that opportunity to just go in, feel free, play your game, do whatever you want.
Forget about the outcome.
But
just do
one thing is just that, though victory is good, but just display the skills that you have, and that is what these guys have been doing. And one good thing about these guys is between Isaac Suarez and Ian Nacho, these two guys, they have been, a goal machine in this tournament. Even before this tournament, between the both of them, we have about 49
Let me even say this. I think I think the last time I felt like this about any team was Japan at the 3 side, and the fact that most of them stayed long on the scene, probably an indication that these guys too will stay. But let's move on now. Let's just quickly talk about Super Eagles news in and around. Positive news: Emenike just being cleared. Victor Moses getting a goal last night. Joseph Yobo also his side into the Europa. NFF working on Sydney. So good time for the Super Eagles, you think?
Good times for us, because if we look at it, we need most of these players in our team. And Emenike coming back, that's a good one for the Super Eagles, because we really need these guys.
It's back to training. There's no distraction.
There's no distraction
case anymore.
Exactly. And I think with him, with this one, with such thing happening to him right now, it will free his mind to give us a top-notch game when it comes to play for the Super Eagles.
Especially the crucial
games that we have in June against Kenya. We definitely have to win that match if we know want to qualify for the World Cup, and also the match against Namibia. We are going.
Okay, let me put you on the spot now. We've read about Sidney Sam. The young man is eager to play for Nigeria. NFF working to get him for the FIFA Confederations Cup. Do you see it happening?
I see it happening, because the reason why I said I see it happening, because if you look at the case of Victor Moses, it's something similar to this. And the way the NFF cleared Victor Moses playing for Nigeria, let's not forget Victor Moses has played for England in their junior team and in their under 21 also. And the way the NFF went about it to clear this guy to play for us, we saw what he did in the Nations Cup, and it was a massive addition
Had
to
a
that
massive
team.
impact
And I believe
on our
if they
success.
can do this for Sydney Sam, since they started, from the information gathered, the NFF said they have started preparation to clear this guy to play for the Super Eagles. And if this guy comes in, I think it's going to be good for us, because I've seen 1 or 2 of his games, and he's very, very good. He has
uses both feet.
Yeah, the way he takes play shots from outside the box 18, he gets goals from outside the box 18 very, very easily. It's going to be good for us. So I believe the NFF they are going to do this.
Okay, let's come home now. We were home, but we were not really at home. So let's stay at home now. Let's talk about Nigeria Professional Football League games. Let's look at games that were played last night, and of course games that were played a day before. This game ended in a 2-2 draw. Aqua United came back from 2 goals down and played a 2-2 draw with ABS. Bayelsa United 1-0 victory over Sunshine. Lobby Stars defeated Rangers by 2-1. Dolphins, I think good result, defeated Nasarawa United by 3 unreplied goals. And Kaduna United and Warri Wolves played out a goalless draw. These games, well, you already know that on Wednesday, Kano Pillars and Atlant, the game was abandoned, so we're waiting for the match commissioner's report, waiting for the decision of the LMC. El Kanemi, 2-0 victory over Shooting Stars, their resurgence being halted. Of course, Wiki Tourist still the 1-0 draw with Sharks. Gombe United, 1-0 victory over Eyimba. And of course, Kwara United, 2-0 victory over high-flying newcomers, Nimbe City. These are the complete results. Just the Kano Pillars Heartland game, the only one that has not been played. But in spite of that, Kano Pillars still maintain their lead, their hold on the Nigerian Professional Football League. After seven games, they have a goal difference of +5, 16 points. Rangers, because they lost, remain in the same position, 8 games, +5, 14 points. Sunshine, same number of games, same number of points, same goal difference. But Rangers on top, probably because how come before S. Nasarawa United, goals difference of +2 and 14 points. This is what it looks like at the top. That's the top 4 in Nigeria Professional Football League. Let's see what it looks at in a place where you don't want to be. That's the bottom. Let's have a look at the bottom. Bottom 4. You have teams in the bottom 4 that you don't expect to be in the bottom 4. Yeah. Look at ABS, 16th position, followed by Wiki Tories, Kaduna United, and Sharks. Interesting thing for me is Tokes. Nothing much really separates these teams. A game might take you out. A game might bring you down.
Yeah, I think for ABS, for me, I think they should have done better than being in this position.
They have quality players. Abdurrahman Bashir is in that team.
Exactly, and the game they played yesterday against Aqua, I thought they've won that game.
They were 2 goals up.
To them, conceded 2 goals. But for me, the likes of like I've said, ABS, they are not supposed to be in that spot.
Sharks,
and also Sharks.
In fact, apart from Wiki Tories, I don't know. Most of these teams, for me, they have some sort of pedigree. And
especially for Sharks, getting Benga Ogubote, that's one of the most experienced coach in the Nigeria
going by results in recent times.
And though they have said that they want to sign some new quality players, to beef up the squad. So let's see how it goes. But for now, I think it's still early.
All right. Well, we know goals are the name of the game. So let's look at top scorers chart, and some players moved up on the chart. So let's quickly look at it. On 5 goals, we have Bishop Oyedo of Gombe United, Haruna Babalo of El Kanemi, 2 guys on 5 goals. For guys on 4 goals, Issa Ako of Atlant, Ubong Epai of Aqua United, and of course Ogena Karo Etebo of Warri Wolves. Ubong Epai got a goal last night. And of course, we have on 3 goals, Icho Lotsin of ABS, Dele Londare of Sunshine, Gambo Mohamed, tall, lanky forward from Kano Pillars, on 3 goals as well, and Nojim Olukokun of Kwara United. Those guys, a lot of guys on 3 goals actually, but of course, time and space will not allow us to put their names on it. But of course, as the goals come, the names will surely reflect. Let's go on a break now. Let's show you or bring to you the game we talked about earlier. Tokumba was making mention of ABS going 2 goals up and just throwing away the lead. Let's allow you see this game and come back for more on Sports This Morning.
They have the first corner of the game here. ABS. Well, the first corner kick is lifted. A good one and a great header, almost connecting there. It just didn't, but ABS still asking questions here. And a great one, and it is a goal. They've taken the lead. They said they were coming for 3 points here, and they've gone into the lead. What a glorious goal it was from Akim Audu. ABS rattling in the stunner for the home side, Aqua United.
And I'm wondering what kind of defending Aqua United had there. Just horrendous defending. You'll be so surprised at the way they went about it. That ball, check out the corner kick. When it came, that first time they missed it. All hands missed that ball. And this is a loose ball coming in. No player was checking this player. And of course, when they floated that in, 1, 2, 3 players.
And he rolls it on the top. Oh, that was a tricky one. It was a very tricky one. They almost got away with it. Nobody thought that was coming. Nobody saw it coming. But that was very cunning of a woman.
Very cunning indeed. If the Aqua United defenders were not alert, we would have been talking about the second goal. But they did it well enough to clear that one.
And it's ABS coming forward again, and the shot, right there, and it slips through, and it is in the net. It is goal number 2 to Aqua to ABS, and it is that gentleman, Abdurrahman Bashir. He saw the goalkeeper, he knew the goalkeeper was there, but he decided to try his luck. It was a blistering shot in the end from well over 35 meters. That one left the goalkeeper scrambling. It is goal number 2 to the visitors. Aqua United really in trouble here.
So Abdurrahman, his second goal of the season, he scored a beauty of a goal against Bayelsa United, and today he has done it.
Well, that game actually ended 2-2, but you just saw the goals from ABS, and they lost the 2-goal lead, and that was what Tokes was talking about earlier. All right, let's cross borders now. In fact, let's travel abroad. Let's show you the results of games played last night in the Europa League semi-final. Let's have a results in case you don't know. But of course, you already know that Chelsea had a 2-1 victory over Basel. Yeah. Of course, Fenerbahce. Okay, that's it on your screen. Fenerbahce, very, very late goal. Defeated Benfica, didn't concede an away goal. Exactly. And for Chelsea, I mean, you have to think that they've placed a foot in the final already.
Yeah, but if you look at that match critically, the match between Basel and Chelsea, Basel, they dominated that game yesterday, but Chelsea, they find a way of doing the scoring, especially that David Luiz late goal.
Last kick of the game.
Last kick of the game, which gave Chelsea that victory. And the goal which Basel scored yesterday, for me, that was a very, very controversial penalty. For me, that wasn't a penalty. It was too soft for the referee, to term it as a penalty. But all in all, we saw a good game yesterday. But the game against Fenerbahce and Benfica, I think Fenerbahce should have nipped down one. They should have won that one. They should have gone up by about 3 to 4 goals.
Should be bigger.
Yeah, it should have been bigger. And we also saw Ben Christian losing the penalty yesterday late in the first half. So Fenerbahce, they did very well. Yobo played the full 90 minutes in that match, did very, very well, and they created a lot of chances up front. And also, Victor Moses for me yesterday, fantastic player yesterday for Chelsea.
Got a goal,
got the first goal, 12 minutes into the game. And I think Chelsea, if they just want to have a good season, they should just find a way of winning this Europa League.
Okay, let's cross over to England now. That's the result on your screen. But we're crossing over to England shortly, and we're going to be talking about the controversial one, as Luis Suarez. Luis Suarez gets a 10-match ban for biting Branislav Ivanovic. But you see, I just want you to let's talk about it. Alan, that's it on your screen. I don't know, but you see, my worry is a lot of coaches have come out to say that look, they don't understand. They need clarifications, the length of the ban, and how it's going to affect them. For instance, you have like 4 games left to the end of the season. Is it going to carry, you know, I don't know.
If we look at Luis Suarez, exactly, for Liverpool, play for Liverpool.
Do you think he deserves a 10-match ban?
For me, I think that's too harsh. Because, people, like you said, one of these coaches, he said that Luis Suarez got that the 10-match ban is not for the situation of what happened in biting Branislav Ivanovic, but he got it as a player, being that he's a controversial player, and he has gotten issues before between him and the FA, and these are things that.
You know what we're talking about this morning because there was a career-threatening tackle against a Newcastle player that the ref missed. Nothing happened. The FA left that, but they picked this one out and it gets a 10-match ban. But you see, we've had cases where players got Eric Cantona got something similar to that. Mark Bosnich, of course, got something similar. So, but some coaches felt that this was a bit too harsh.
It's very, very harsh. Though Luis Suarez, this is not the first time he's doing it. While he was in Ajax, he did such
similar
a thing also. And such a thing, when he was at Ajax, he got a 7-match ban, and the FA giving him 10-match ban right now. I think for me, it's too harsh, very, very harsh. And
so
there's no out.
There's no out.
They are definitely going to miss him, because if you look at Suarez for Liverpool this season, he has been massive. Without him being in the Liverpool team, they have lost, especially while he got that 8-match ban. You know, they really miss him, and most of those games they lost it, and they're going for 4 games, they have 4 games to the end of the season. They just have to come up with something so that they will not lose those games.
Okay, well, we'll wait and see. Some people have said probably he might take the Joey Barton option. You know, he might just leave the English Premier League. But let's wait and see. Let's move over now. Let's quickly move to Spain. We're on the home stretch now. Let's quickly move to Spain and talk about Barcelona. I've not asked you this question. That's why I'm asking you this morning. Is this the end of an era? Anytime Barca wins, we expect them to. When they lose, there's a lot of noise, a lot of celebration in some quarters. But my question, these guys, can they continue winning? They
can, because if you look at it, apart from, you know, I think the only place where they have problem right now is at the defense line. Okay. And these problems have been there for the past 2, 3, 4 seasons. And I think they should have find a way of solving this problem, but they didn't. But right now, the coach is trying to go into the market, bring in some new players. They've put up names of players that will be coming in at the end of the season. But for me, this same question that you are asking right now was, as Iniesta was asked, that is this the end of an era? And he said, no, it's exactly that.
But I think a surgery needs to be done on this team.
Exactly.
A lot of schoolboy errors were made.
Exactly. But one thing that I would like you to look at it also is that if you look at this same team, when last they lose a match by 4 goals to nil, it has been a long time. So they've been winning matches and they've lost just few matches this season.
All right, okay. Let's still talking about the UEFA Champions League, but another side now. I mean, we saw the best of Spain against the best of Germany. And the best of Germany on both occasions coming through. But now the story is about Robert Lewandowski, and Bayern are confident is going to stay. And I'm surprised that they are still confident that this guy would still be at the club.
Yeah, and the chairman of the club has said that.
And the coach as well?
He said he prefers letting Lewandowski go on a free than him selling him to Bayern Munich. You know,
any rival.
These two teams, they've been rivals for years. And there are reports before this match against Real Madrid that Mario Götze is moving over to Bayern Munich. And also, after the match, we also heard report that Lewandowski will also be moving to Bayern Munich. But I think these are just still speculations. Okay. And I believe that the coach and also the club, they are going to do everything possible to keep this guy, because he has been massive for them this season. He's the highest goal scorer, and he has proved to being the highest goal scorer this season. He has proved that he's not a fluke.
All right, let me quickly ask you before, as we wrap up. Do you think this team handled the news that Mario Götze would be leaving? They had this news a few hours before this game was played. Do you think they handled it well?
They did, because if they didn't, if you look at the Maragoz's input in this match against Real Madrid, his input was okay.
It wasn't affected
at
in any
all. It didn't even show at all that he will be leaving the club at the end of the season. And though a lot of fans have come out to say that he's
Judas
that was
going to Bayern,
exactly, that he's a big mistake for him leaving Dortmund, going over to Bayern Munich. I believe Dortmund, they will come up with new set of players, even if he leaves. We saw Shinji Kagawa, he left. They brought in Gose. We saw what's his name? Sain left also, and they brought in a few other guys, like we saw Gondoga and also Marco Ruiz. So this is a very, very massive team, and I believe they are going to bring up some new set of players.
Okay, well, that's how we're going to call it a wrap on sports this morning. Today, we're going to allow you enjoy the game that you saw earlier. Borussia Dortmund taking on Real Madrid. We didn't see it coming, but it happened. Borussia Dortmund 4, Real Madrid 1. That's how we leave you this morning. Enjoy the rest of your day.
In the quarterfinal, of course, Bayern had already scored by now in 25 seconds against Juventus.
They do give you a chance. If you're patient enough, they do give you a chance.
This might just be a chance for Philipp Lahm. Knocked by Piqué. There's some shouts for handball.
Well, Piqué was jumping about in an exaggerated manner, as if to say, maybe that did hit me on the arm, and I'm trying to disprove the fact that it did.
Robin. Well, they're able to get it down. Robin to flip it in towards Dante. And it's forced in by Müller. First blood to Bayern.
There's a good ball for Lewandowski, and this time he is bang on target, and Borussia Dortmund have made the perfect start. Only 8 minutes gone.
They're all over him like a rash. The energy in this performance, in this start from Borussia Dortmund is incredible, and the quality here is just too much for Madrid in the other parts of this game.
Enjoys running at defenders, goes down. A huge appeal for a penalty, and the referee not interested.
I'm not sure whether the referee was blocked. Looks at the referee straight away. He was cranking his head. He wants it.
And it's been given away at the other end. This could be a key moment in the game. Cristiano Ronaldo equalises. And Dortmund are furious. They thought they had a penalty. Instead, they've conceded a goal.
What a huge, huge moment. They've been working the way back into the game without creating anything, Real Madrid.
Difficult clearance for Khedira.